What is a frontbench MP? Have you ever wondered who sits beside the Prime Minister in the House of Commons? In our last video we talked about what is a backbench MP, but if they're backbenchers that must mean there are frontbenchers. Frontbench MPs sit on the front bench on either side of the House of Commons. That's the bench closest to the big table that sits in front of the Speaker. That table has got the dispatch boxes on it. Now that's the principal place to speak if you are a frontbencher. You go there and you kind of lean in the dispatch box and you say what you've got to say. Now a frontbench MP is someone who holds an official role in the government or the opposition. On the government side, that means a minister or a secretary of state. On the opposition side, it means a shadow minister or a shadow secretary of state. And in the other parties that are not the main opposition, they will have frontbench spokespeople and they shadow the individual departments of the ministers of state. So there'll be a Secretary of State for Defence, there'll be a shadow Secretary of State for Defence, and there'll be official spokespeople for the other parties on the area of defence. Frontbenchers are heavily involved in shaping policy and drafting legislation that will eventually make its way through the Commons and hopefully become law. Or in the case of the opposition, they spend their time scrutinising policy and legislation and proposing amendments, or indeed sometimes trying to stop legislation from making its way to becoming law. Frontbenchers speak regularly on major debates, they respond to questions in the chamber, and they act as the public voice and the public face of their political party on particular areas. Now, frontbench MPs all represent constituencies, all 650 MPs represent a constituency, but frontbench MPs have to balance their constituency responsibilities with their national responsibilities in particular areas. Because of the role, frontbench MPs tend to be more visible in the media, so they tend to be the politicians whose names you will know. So now you know